See, I understand your requirement, okay. So today what I will do is I will try to explain some basic things. See, if you know this concept, then only you will be able to prepare anything, okay.
Okay.
So I will try to share 1 minute. I will try to share this. Okay. Okay. So let us start. Okay. I don't no need to rest, but I will try to cover more. Okay.
Okay.
So let us see. So this is about me. So let us go again. So PMP, it stands for Project Management Professional. Okay, it's
Okay.
a simple project management. Don't take it big. It's a project management professional.
Okay.
So see in different see in America the way of project execution maybe the culture will be different, and India it will be different, Germany it will be different, South Africa it will be different, right? So in
Okay.
order to have a standard way of project execution, they have brought up this PMP certification. Okay, so
Okay.
that
Okay.
people who are doing the project manager role will be able to take care. Will be easy for communication. So that is the
Okay.
reason they have come up with this PMP.
Okay.
This is being conducted by PMI, Project
Okay.
Management Institute. Okay,
Yes.
so
Yes.
you have already created an account in PMI.
No. No, sir.
No, okay, that we will see later. I understand. Okay. So it will tell basically PMP will tell the best practice to be a project manager. See the practically in anywhere they will ask like what are the good how you will execute a project in best way.
Okay.
So that is the ultimate aim of PMP. Okay.
Okay.
So the third point is valid. So once you get certified for the PMP, it will be valid for 3 years.
Okay.
So maybe you can make a note whenever I'm telling in a note so that it will be easy for you to understand. Okay.
Okay. Okay.
So once you get the certification, right? Once you get the PMP certifications,
Mhm.
for renewing the certification, you need to have a 30, 60 PDUs. Okay. What PDU is? Like you need to go for a training, or else online also free training is available. Once you complete the PMP exam, you let me know. I will try to help you out in getting that 60 PDUs without any cost. Okay.
Okay.
So I have some options, but if you go outside, you need to pay around 5,000 or 4,000. They may ask. Okay, 1,000 rupees also they may ask. Without that, I can help you. So within 3 years, it will be 60 hours. 60 hours. Okay, that you can take it quickly. So this is the 60 PDs you need to take after the PMP certifications you procure, and there are two types of exams you can take. One you can take it from home. Okay, so
Okay.
from home you can take, or else you can go for an exam center.
Okay.
Okay, so this is the process exam wise it's same, but the way they will conduct it, the process will be little different. Like in home, you have to show the passport, you have to keep the room clean. So many things. Once you get a schedule for the exam, I will help you out in that. Okay, so
Okay.
this one VUVE is a software which will help you out to do it from the home. Okay,
Okay.
so this is one software, and if you go to center, you can go directly. You can check in. You can show the passport. They will allow you to sit in a chair. System will be there before you. You can connect. You know, GRE TOEFL area they used to take,
Yes.
right?
Yes.
Same place you'll be going there.
Okay.
The only difference is there'll be disturbance. Will be the people will be walking in and around behind you. They'll be speaking. It will be, but in home. It will be silence. No one will be there. But only thing is internet connection should be good. That is the only thing we need to take care.
Okay. So I have a question. So to do the PMP, right? So how much years of experience do they need to have? Like.
Actually, number of hours, 1,500 something is required for an IT. I will help you out in the number of hours. Okay, for submitting the application, right? So it will be like, so I will show you 1 minute. It's okay. I will show you this. You will be able to understand. Mm, share face. See, here you have project initiation, planning, execution, monitoring, and closing, right? This is the
Yeah.
project phase. So,
Okay.
project starting, what and all you have to do before start by the starting, and planning means how do we plan for the project, how we are executing, and monitoring and control during project, how we are controlling the scope, cost, everything, and this is project closure. what you have to do is you have to show the number of hours for these 5 in a single project.
Okay. Okay.
So they have some standard like for IT people, you have to have some hours of experience.
Okay.
But the thing is, they will not ask because so many applications will come. But randomly they will take one application and they may you have to show some reference
Okay.
earlier, but now they are not asking. So if they ask for reference, if you provide and if they contact them, if they tell yes, Lakshmi is working in this company, someone mentions, then there'll be no issues. Okay, but if there is any misinformation, right, some mismatch information, they may reject your application.
Okay.
But usually it did not happen for anyone, but it's also a standard one.
Okay.
I will let you know that I will send you the details. Maybe later you send me your mail ID. I will provide you the details. Okay.
Okay. Okay.
The, but you need as a minimum 2 months to 3 months to prepare for this PMP exam. I will once you come up with this one, you will be able to. But don't rush to take the exam immediately
Okay.
because it is simple and easy. It takes time for you to understand the concept. Experience
So,
talks more,
sorry
right?
to interrupt, sir. The my right now my like goal is to a second round of interviews on Jan, right? So,
Then it's okay.
so I
We'll do
just
one
wanted
thing.
to
We'll
get into
focus
the
on.
interview first.
I
Then maybe we
understand.
can, yeah,
Okay,
yeah.
so
So
maybe
exam,
we'll
maybe
take
we
some.
can do it slowly also. First, I wanted to
Okay,
have a basic knowledge about the project
okay,
management. Right? Yeah.
okay. So what we will do is I will take 5 minutes time to I will explain this. Then
Okay.
after 5 minutes, we'll go ahead with the actual content. Okay,
Okay. Okay.
okay. So So actual duration of the exam is 4 hours. Okay, 4 hours.
Okay.
So 4 hours. So what happens is you'll be given 180 questions. Okay, you'll
Okay.
be given 180 questions. Out of 180 questions, you'll be having some. You'll be having two breaks. Okay, so 60 plus 60 plus 60 will be the exam format. First 60 you have to take the exam. So one set of questions will come. Once you submit, you will be given a 10 minutes break. Once you complete the 10 minutes break, next set of 60 questions will be displayed. Next you have to go and next then you can um, answer the questions. Okay. So
Okay.
once you submit the first 60, you can't go back to the previous 60 once again. So that is
Oh,
completed. So three different sessions are there, which is not interrelated. But within the 60 questions, you can go in the previous next. I can change the answer. You can once you submit, that's it.
okay.
So that is yeah. You have to calculate the reverse time. Then only you'll be able to get it. Okay. So if you look at 60 questions are there, you have to complete within 70 minutes. 1 minute, some around 10 seconds, something 20 seconds will come. You have to complete, but the questions will be around 10 to 15 lines sometimes. There are some shortcuts where you can answer the questions quickly. Okay. So I will
Okay.
let you know later.
Okay.
So I will tell you, even see if you are doing some work, right, you will be, once you do for continuously for 10 hours, what you will do first, you will start fast, then it will be delayed, it will be slow because of your tiredness, right?
Yeah.
Here, what happens is it should be in reverse way. You have to go in slow and steady. In the
Okay.
middle of the exam, the middle 61, you have to go very fast. Then the last one, you have to do it fast and steady because if you do it very slow, because when you try to answer the questions right, if you do it slow, you will not be, see, 230 minutes is the fixed one.
Okay.
That's 70 minutes I mentioned here, right? You can take around 140 minutes for 60 seconds also, 60 questions.
Okay.
So
Okay.
only thing is total time is 230, but you have to come. This is the, if you do plan for this one only, you will be able to clear the exam. Okay.
Okay.
So you have to go and study, then only you'll be able to understand the question. Then in between you have to be very fast in answering the question. Then you'll be able to clear it. Okay. So now comes here. Okay, this is the real one which you need to understand. So now PMP is having three domains. Okay. So people, process, and business environment. Okay. So see a project which involves people there, right? People in the sense all resources, like it can be a human resource, it can be as a software, it can be as a anything. Vendor is also a resource, right? People, right? So
Yeah.
vendor is also a people. So how do we manage people? So this is one domain which is, see, I will tell you, the questions will be splitted according to this three domains. We doesn't
Okay.
know what questions will come. It's the internal to them. Like it will be randomly, it will be coming from the exam. I will tell you, if you properly prepare, some questions will come as it is in the exam itself. Whatever you prepare now, same
Okay.
questions may come in the exam. But we
Okay.
can't give guarantee like which questions will come. But you have to prepare prepare for this. Okay.
Okay.
So it is for people, process, and process. You know the process, right? How do we execute the process? So if every project or even a companies will be having a project like this water. You heard about waterfalls model.
Yeah.
So waterfalls model, Agile model. So these are all major methodologies which will be followed. Okay.
Okay.
So what kind of process we are going to follow and what are all internal procedure like with communication between yourself and the customer.
Okay.
So how the data will be there? What is the planning you have to go? If there is any changes in the application you are doing in mid of the project, there's some changes comes which tells like, okay, you are having a bus, okay, you are manufacturing a bus. In between, the person who is going to buy the bus now is telling, no, I want centralized bus, I don't want an AC bus, okay, not a single split AC if they are telling, right? Then the manufacturer will tell like, okay, if that is the case, you have to additionally pay some 5 lakhs or 10 lakhs. So we will try to do it. So this kind of small process will be followed to do many things. Okay, how we are going to procure software. So everything is a process which we'll be looking at it later. So business environment. So environment. So it is like you can tell it as like. Stakeholders. Stakeholders means who is directly or indirectly affecting the projects. You in a stakeholders, it's one like it can be your spouse, it can be as a project manager, your team. So whomever is affecting the project will be called as a stakeholder. So environment, okay, so it can be as a natural environment which may affect the project. So it can like natural disaster or COVID time is also a business environment which will affect. And so it's a different process, business environment like which will help you out in determining the project success. So these three domains will be majorly used for success of a project. So this is called exam content outline. Okay, these are all exam content outline, but I will tell you that. Okay, I think you don't right now. Actually, this is a passing score. So if you do not know like how you are going to pass, then you do not know like whether you have passed or failed. It will be showing as pass or fail. If you pass it, the mail will come on the next day after analyzing. And if everything goes fine, if there's something like you are not able to clear it, it will tell like you have not cleared the PMP exam and mail will come or else it will be shown in the exam result itself. Most probably, if you are taking, you will be clearing. Okay, but this is the one like you are need to improve. So below target and above target. It is a master score like it will be 90% or 95%. It can be as a target will be around 75% to 90%. We doesn't know, but I'm telling you an example. So no specific details of passing percentage, but it will be but we'll get the result from each domain. So if everything is green, it shows like you have cleared the PMP exam. Okay. So if you want to write, you can, will wait, okay?
So you will be sharing all this file to me, right? Or
I will share the file. Okay, no
okay.
issues.
Okay.
Okay, so I will share you this echo content detail and exam content detail later. So these are all exam passing. So the people, these are all the domains how it's being splitted and because process is one like exam execution, monitoring and control, everything will come here. Okay. And see, another thing you have to understand it, they may ask in interview also, exam PMP is more important. exam, there are three in the PMP is having three types of projects according to PMP. One is predictive. Predictive is waterfalls model, traditional one. And next is agile and hybrid. Okay, so how it comes as hybrid is a combination of both predictive as well as agile. You got it right. So these three types of questions you may ask. One is predictive. Tradition you can in the interview also you can tell like it's a predictive project. If they and predictive projects you can explain as a waterfalls model and agile and hybrid. So these are all the split-wise questions they may ask in the exam.
Okay.
Okay. I will share you the exam content outline. Now itself I can share it to you.
So what is the passing score like? Is it very
They will
hard
not.
or?
No. Actually, they will not tell like whether. See, passing score is also not available. You do not know. So I will tell you what kind of questions will come. You do not know. And second one is passing score. They will not tell. They will only. This will be. You will be getting only this. You will not get anything more than that.
No,
How
no.
you
My
achieved
question
also
is,
that's. Mm.
no. My question is like if the 100 people are attending the exam, right? Like how many? What is the percentage? Like people clear it mostly the first time. I'm asking.
First
Like
time around 10%.
only 10% people clear it.
I
You're
will
telling.
tell you the reason why they are not able to clear. Okay, I will tell you the hint of how you should how to pass. Okay, one thing is you should not memorize everything. You have to understand the concept. Many people doesn't know that.
Okay.
Some people they learn by themselves. They are not going to learning center. They are going it into the Udemy and taking some time. No, that 35 hours and they are taking the exam. That is also a wrong one. Third one is. Uh, they are doing the project or they're going to office, they are preparing, they are working. At the last moment, at the next day, if they take the exam, they cannot clear it because their mind will be full of deliverable, not in the exam.
Okay.
And you should prepare it for 3 months dedicatedly, like you have to more focus on this exam. Whenever you find time, you have to prepare, then only you can understand. But it's a good one, you can clear it. Okay, so I will tell you honestly, first time I couldn't clear the PMB exam because I was in a rush. The previous day there was some critical P1 ticket which
Okay.
our client was escalating. uh, Throughout night I was working. Next day morning I went and wrote the exam.
Okay.
But it's a very it's a little costly, but we should be very. But you can postpone the exam. But before 30 days, you have to postpone the exam.
Okay.
Some duration is there. You can postpone, but you have to pay some. Before 1 month, you can pay some. To postpone to 1 or 2 times. So you may not pay. But within 30 days, if you postpone, you have to pay some amount.
Okay.
Okay. So that also you need to make a note. So as I told, predictive, this you should memorize this, okay? And then this
Okay.
hybrid is nothing but combination because this kind of questions will come and sometimes they may ask like, see, I will tell predictive as well as agile, how you will coordinate. So you need to balance the thing. Okay, so so as I told you, like see, whatever I'm telling you is a project manager related one. You can make a note. You can just try to explain when in the interview or else, for example, also it will be more useful. Okay,
Okay.
so this code of ethics. Okay, this is one important. Will be getting few questions in questions. Okay,
Okay.
so. So code of ethics, right? It is also available. It is a standard in the PMI. Anyone can have a look at it, but you have to understand it. When you go for some site, right? I will tell you the some site. You can go there. You can the standard questions will be there. You have to understand the concept. That's it. So then you can clear. So one is vision and applicability. So So how you can how a person in a project should behave? Okay, vision and applicability means vision. So it is an interaction between the teams. Either it can be international team or else it is within the same community. So you should be having the vision like how you are going to present yourself before the people. Okay, so that is one point which it's a normal one. Like see, if there are certain giving gift is illegal in India. It's like corruption, right? But in certain countries, it is a legal one which you can give to customer with legal options. So there are many kind of you should know there are certain countries which they will fight each other, right? But here you should not fight. Even there is some escalation. Only thing you have to behave professionally. You have to talk to people as a co-worker, colleague as a colleague. So you need to, it can be like a PMI member. It's okay, but it's a common one. Like you have to professionally behave in the project. See, I will tell you, certain managers will shout at you, but you should not shout once again against them. Okay, you need to understand how you have to react to the situation and you have to do it. So that is one point which you need to understand. And responsibility. So responsibility, what is your work in the project? So responsibility, you are taking care of the project, what and all deliverables you have to do. So how you have to communicate to the people. So those kind of you have to own some responsibilities in the project. So responsibility is our duty to take ownership of decisions we make or fail to make. So responsibility in the sense, this also can tell like if any failure is there, we have to take your responsibility. You should not blame others. It's a code of ethics. Okay, this is a code of ethics. You have to be as a good manager. You have to safeguard your team. So ultimate aim is you have to safeguard your team. That is what they're telling. It's a responsibility. And the next point is respect. So if I'm going fast, right, you just let me know.
Okay. No, that's good.
Okay. So anytime if you want me to repeat, I will repeat. Okay. I don't know because I want to utilize this time for you to understand fast. Okay.
Okay.
So that is my reason. That is the reason. Okay. Now respect. So you should respect all people in the project, all stakeholders, not only the team. It can be a customer, it can be a vendor, it can be a subordinate, your subordinate. It can be your peer. You have to respect their work also. So you have to even you have to give and take policy is the right. You should behave as a good project manager. That is what it's telling. Vision is one like how you come. You need to have a good communication within the team, and respect is one like you have to see respect our duty to show higher. You have to respect means see if a person is doing a mistake, you have to respect. Okay, you should not fight with them. You have to give respect, and you should not dominate them, saying that I'm a manager. Whatever I tell, you should listen. So you have to respect those people also. Safety of others, and natural or environmental resource like respect customers, others' opinion, people, and polite behavior. So it's a kind of respect you need to give to people. Okay,
Okay.
and fairness. It is like partiality. You should not show partiality to the people. So this is also one major one. So it is a see. This is not related to IT alone. You should understand PMB is not for IT. It's a common one where bribery and no favorism and involves favorism relative to close friends or relative. It can be a relative. So you should not partially decide something. You should not give tough work to people whom you don't like. You should behave as a good person in the project. Human behavior should be there. That is what they are trying to tell here. Fair activities in the project. So our conduct must be free from competing self-interest, prejudice, and favorism. So it's a normal one. It's not a complex, but you can understand. But you need to understand. See, you will be getting few questions in this also code of ethics. 100% I'm sure you will be getting some questions.
Okay.
Okay.
So
But
one
in
more
a,
thing, one more question. So in the project manager, right? So in an IT thing, so what will be the role of a project manager? Like what does he do in IT and
oh,
in a
that,
normal thing,
that,
right?
that it will come. That it will come. So
Okay.
what is a project and who is a buyer, seller, project's life cycle? It will
Okay.
come here. Next,
Okay.
So I will tell you, give me within today itself, we'll have a look at it. Okay. So do not worry about that. We'll go quickly. I understand, but because it's a PMP one, I'm trying to. It's my responsibility to explain you, right?
Okay.
So we will try to cover all those topics. Okay, don't worry about
Okay.
that.
Okay.
So this and see, I will tell you now. Yeah, attitude, right? Attitude, how you behave in the project, right? That questions also will come in the interview. So this is also a part of honesty, fairness, and then this one, how you should behave. So you should understand this. Okay, so honesty. So let us say honesty is always be truth for everything. You should not tell lies. You should be if there's any delay in the project. See if there's any delay in the project before when you come to know you have to inform your supervisor or else you have to talk to your super boss and tell like there's some issue. You should not hide anything. You should be honest and you should. That is what. Truth always communicate openly, encourage others to tell the truth and never tell a lie. So be honest. So as a project manager, you should be, and this is one of the attitude which you need to have as a project manager. Okay. So this I will come later, but let us see code of ethics. Okay, so this is a question, but this is a attitude question which you will come to know. Your manager is presenting a status report of all projects being done in his division. So your manager is there, he is having 10 projects in his division, okay?
Okay.
He reports that all the projects are showing positive CV, current variance, okay, fine. It's showing like everything is in good status, all green, okay?
Oh, okay.
However, you know that your status report for the last several weeks have been reported as negative. Negative means all some red color.
Okay.
What do you do? So what happens is you come to know like there are till previous month everything was good. Now it is red color. Okay, what you should do? So now here comes like you have to apply this. These are all PMB questions. So we have to apply this any one of this one. So here honesty is there, fairness is there. So now coming to this, do nothing. You know, like the project is already have come to green to red. Whether you should communicate to your supervisor, yes, you should do. Right? You should not leave it as it's not a good attitude. You are not an honest person then, right? You should
Yeah.
be very honest in that. And second option is offer to review all project your manager's combined status report before he present to them. Now, already, why you want to reconfirm once again? Already it's a red only. So you should understand this question. Already it has come to red. That is the scenario now. You should read the question properly. Like report several weeks, it has reported as negative CV. So
Mhm.
now it's already red. No need to review once again. Already review is done and it's red color. Now
Okay.
the next one is notify the appropriate management immediately. So this comes as a honest one.
Okay.
You should not hide if there's any delay, if there's some problem, whatever the problem comes, if there's resources facing some, is hospitalized for 10 days and some delays that you go and tell like he's hospitalized, it's not being done. We need to do for alternate options. So this is the current status. You need to present to anyone. This is the reason it got delayed. You have to tell immediately. And the last one is ask your manager if that information was simply a typographical error. So now this is also not correct because it's a statement. It has come from green to red. That's it. You should not go analyze the question. You should it is telling like this is what happened. How you will behave. Now notify the appropriate management immediately is the only option here. You should be honest to do it immediately without any second thoughts.
Okay.
So this kind of in NCPMP is telling this. You have to be true. There are certain standards that you have to do. This is a good way of managing a project. Okay.
Okay.
Now there is another one question. See, see why I'm taking this code of ethics is you should understand how a project manager should behave and how he should behave to other people. Okay,
Okay.
so that is what I've taken this in the starting.
Okay.
So you are a project manager for the some ABC project. Okay, this project takes place in the country different from yours. Now you are in Canada. You are recruiting people from Germany or Switzerland or Singapore or somewhere. Okay, Now the project leader from this country presents a team of workers who are all from his family. You are if you are recruiting from Singapore or Malaysia or somewhere, right? The person who is there in that team, in your team, is there in Singapore now. He's telling like my cousin is there and the cousin is there. Can we apply for him? Okay. Can we take him for the project? So you should do which one of the following is the question here. So his family is there in Singapore. One person is already there in the company. He's working with you, and there's a recruitment is there, and the concerned person is telling like my cousin is there in Singapore. He is ready to work. He is eligible for a specific opening. Can we go again? Okay. So what is our code of ethics? How you should behave?
I think
Okay.
that's
Now
B. The answer is B. Is the answer B?
I will come one by one. Okay. So now this guy, that is not the correct. I'll tell you this one. Reject a team member's recommendation and assemble your own project team. So reject means that is correct only. So you're see rejecting means it's a favoring for a specific person, right?
Yeah.
That is one option. That is also a good option only. So keep it as it is. Okay. Review the resume and qualify for the proposed team leader before approving the team. So you can review the resume. Okay, you can review the qualification and proposed team leader. But what happens is the resume, if there is mismatch, even though if the person's cousin is eligible, we need to go. We need to have anyway. Once it eligible, only we are going to review it. Right? If this review is not, it's not working out. So you should not take care of that. Okay. So it is like. Then you see the person team leader relation may not be eligible for this role, but still we cannot take it. But what happens here is determine. See, in India, I will tell you now. In India, you cannot take your relations. There are some conditions are there. You know, right? Either whether you are friends or family or working in this country, there'll be an option in all your a joining form. You know, you have seen that.
No. But
It is
I have heard that the immediate family members and all it's not cannot work in the same company.
same company, same project, something is there, okay. But determine whether the country's tradition includes hiring from the immediate family before hiring from outside of the family. Some countries are allowing this policy.
Hmm.
In India, it should not happen, but some countries it is applicable.
Okay.
So this is and replace the project leader with the impartial project leader. So this is not the right answer because the project leader may be good in his work. And why should we, for this specific incident, why should we replace that leader? Right?
Yeah.
So C is the correct answer.
Oh, okay.
Now this is you need to have this concept here, and you have to apply for other type of questions which is related to this.
Okay.
It is simple, okay? It's not a complex, very, very simple. You have to understand the question and how you have to react is already defined in the PMB. And if you tell this, you can just success in this.
Okay.
Okay, so yeah, okay. So let us answer this and all PMP simple. Okay, so now come to our part. Okay, now and then you have to understand how the project has been designed. Okay, what is a project? Project is a project programs and portfolio. It can be as a triangle one. So collection of projects will be as a program. Collection of programs will be a portfolio. So you have to understand this. So you got it right.
Yeah.
So now what happens is project is an unique and it has a start and end date and it will be satisfying one business requirement. So it is in the sense like it is not, it can be dependent, the projects can be interdependent, different projects can be interdependent, data transfer can be done, but a project is unique. No projects will be similar to this because the team will be different and requirement will be different and the resource will be different and you will be having a defined start, you will be having a defined start and end date. So what happens is the project will be as a closed form where you will be executing a project within a time frame. Project will be having a specific time frame for each deliverables. So you need to understand like projects is a unique one. So that is what PMB is telling, like it's a base where a project manager should take care of individual projects. So a project manager will take care of individual projects. Coming to programs, collection of different projects will be formed as a program. Usually, I will tell you an example. You consider in Canada one company. Okay, Hyundai one company is there. Okay, we are doing a project for Hyundai.
Okay.
Hyundai will be an account. Okay, Hyundai will be an account. Under that, several projects will be there. We consider 5,000 projects are running now. We cannot handle all 5,000 under a single person, right?
Yeah.
What they do is they are splitting into programs. Like
Okay.
revenue related, one program will be there, and manufacturing will be different program will be there. So vendor related, dealers related, one program will be there, and the finance with the government. So whatever even income tax for that will be a different one, and it will be as a different programs which they group. They'll be dividing the big program into a small programs. So this will be easy for them to manage. Under that, individual projects will be happening. So if you consider as a healthcare in a program, right? You'll be having a like insurance for employee, or else insurance for a car. It can be insurance for vendor, family, immediate family members. And if you go for a program for a cost, it'll be a revenue. Okay, so dealer is submitting some payment. So it will be it is a single project. It can be smaller projects, can be small or big, but programs will be interconnected. So if you go for cost, I will tell you an example. Okay, revenue. Okay, take one revenue in Tamil Nadu. Okay, what happens is land. If you land, say if you are selling a land or buying a land, we'll be having a government will take some revenue, right? Some amount will be taking, right? Guideline value, right? That is on revenue. For car purchasing, some tax will be there. For a shop, for government, whatever the shop you are renting, you have to pay tax. So everything will be cost. Everything will be different projects. All together, they'll be having another single program which will be interlinking all these costs, and it will be showing as a overall revenue for a specific week or month or yearly. Okay, so this is a program. You got it?
Yeah.
Okay, now program collection of programs will be a portfolio. I will tell you. See, I told you, right? 5,000 projects cannot be handled by a single person.
Yeah.
See, we cannot have multiple program managers to handle it, because that should be someone who need to, because CEO cannot see everything. So portfolio managers will be there. Portfolio will be having collection of programs, similar programs. A portfolio manager, sorry, yeah. Yeah. So what happens is, see, these are all you need to understand carefully. This is also a part of project management. Okay. So
Okay.
portfolio will be having collection of programs. A person will be taking care of cost and manufacturing together, so that he'll be managing the program managers. Program managers will be handling the projects. Project manager. So overall, he'll be having a portfolio where he can submit in his department. He needs to show revenue, right? So
Mhm.
what happens is, you need to show around 10 million in a month. Some target will be there. You have to go. You have to do some analyze. You have to reduce the cost, and you have to do something. And portfolio managers, new projects. When a new project comes, it will come under portfolio manager. It will come to program manager. Then if there's any new already available manager, they'll be giving a projects to them, or else it will be they'll be identifying a new project manager and assign the project to them. So this is the overall. It is not fixed as this is as per PMP, but practically it may be different for practically in different companies. Okay, but this is the PMP standard.
Okay.
Okay, this is the PMP standard. So program, I will tell you once again, program is one which is interrelated. It cannot be one from cost and one from manufacturing cannot be there. The program will be, data flow will be there in between. So if you take banking, two banks, right? If you have some check transaction from one bank to another bank transaction, it will be as a single program. You cannot have a bank with land and a government land revenue department, because that is a mismatch one, right? It is not related. So all related, interrelated projects will be and individual projects will be as a program.
Okay.
Yeah. So yeah, it is an organization, and in an organization, this are all being taken care. Okay, this is you need to understand. You need to understand properly who is buyer and who is seller. Okay, now you are buying a car. Who is you are buying a car now? Who is seller and who is buyer?
So the person who buys the car is the buyer, right?
Who is selling the will be a car showroom person or someone, right? Seller or company, right? Now
Yes.
it's the same thing here. You are consider you are working for I will tell you one company name. Okay, you are working in TCS. Okay, I'm telling you now, you are working in TCS. You are doing a project for Apple. Okay, consider what you're doing a project for Apple. Okay,
Okay.
now what happens is Apple is using the application, and TCS as an employee, as a team, we are developing the application. You are
Yeah.
developing, you're selling it to Apple, and Apple is using that. He's a buyer. Buyer is one who is using the application, right?
Yeah.
You need to, where in PMP, you have to, anywhere you need to understand who is buyer and seller in IT one. Buyer is one who is going to use, seller is one who is going to develop that product.
Yeah.
Okay, it's a simple, but you need to understand this because many places they will be mentioning this. And the other part is operational support. So ongoing operations. So once a project is being developed, once everything is completed, it will be going to the support team who will be maintaining the application. So that is a different part of we maintain the project. That is also different. It can be ITIL or else it's a different. Only project enhancement will be there, or a change request will come, or else and improving the server configurations will be a operational support. So it's a different types of projects, supported projects are there. You know ITIL, you heard about ITIL?
No.
Okay. Mm, okay. Sorry, 1 minute. I will tell you, we make a note of this. I will. See, ITIL 4 is the right.
Okay.
I mentioned as ITIL, right?
Yeah.
This is a maintenance support one. I will tell you what it is now.
Okay.
So, okay. See, ITL is one like, see, there are different, once a product is considered, Airtel is introducing some new scheme. Okay. Now
Okay.
the developer will develop everything. It will take some 2 years time to develop the application. Consider they are providing 100 new plans. Okay, now the development team will do everything, and they are handing over to Airtel, showing that everything is done. Now you have to take care. Now what Airtel will do is they will identify a support people, support projects. Okay, support team who will be
Okay.
maintaining this application. So
Okay.
this so day to day, if there's any issues, okay, customer call is telling like network is not there and the SIM card is not available. So different issues will come, right? Operational support, right? And the server is say number of users is increasing. So you have to upgrade the server, and
Okay.
there is some option like see there's some plan like so 399 rupees. Some plan is there now. They want to make it to 500. 500. Okay.
Okay.
Now they have to standardize. They have to upgrade. So the new vendors will come. So operational support, whatever out after project go live, what all activity will be taken care will be taken by operational support team. Support team. It will be handed over to another team. So that is a support team.
So, like you said, go live, right? Like, so
After
what
go
is?
live, after go live.
No, no, no.
See, I
I'm
will tell
asking
you
like,
an
what is go
example.
live?
Go live is a production one. Okay, now consider one car, new car model is being designed. Okay,
Okay.
now consider one new car model is being designed and it's manufactured.
Okay.
Now they are introducing to the outside market. That is
Okay.
the go live date.
Okay.
That is what after that it will be hand over to the users. There will be no change in that.
Oh, okay. So go live means like a trial or something like
No,
of
no,
the
no, no.
file.
Production go live. It's a production go live.
Okay. Okay.
Go live means it is like a product is ready, for use. So when
Oh,
it's
okay.
ready for use, they'll be that they will be publicly announcing it to the inside users, or else it
Okay.
can be a public one.
Okay. Okay. Okay.
Okay, so you need to know what is go live, right? 1 minute. Just 1 minute.
No
And
problem.
I will make a note of that. I will explain you later. Okay. I will explain you that what is the time now? 4 o'clock.
It's 4 o'clock.
4 o'clock. Okay. Now, after this, you have to, yeah, you got this right. You have made a note of this right. Whatever I'm telling, make a note of that. Okay. If you want me
Okay.
to repeat, I will repeat it. But it's more important for you to understand for the PMP exam. This is the base. It is the base for you to be as a project manager.
Okay.
Okay. So now come to this is the project life cycle. It's a simple. So yeah, so how a project is being created, initialization. When project initialization means project, there'll be some discussion. They'll be introducing a new project. Whom to give the project is one discussion, and what is the cost they're going to, whom we are going to say. Suppose consider Apple is having one idea. Okay, they are having an idea like watch. They'll be having in watch itself. They are planning like. They are planning to have a laptop. No, sorry, they'll be having a monitor there. In display is there. They have the additional display they are going to plan. Okay. Now what happens is they are having some idea. Now what happens is they will give it to one company. Suppose consider one T-shirts with the company whom they are going to do it. Now initiation is requirement. What and all requirement they will explain to the seller. Okay, they will be explaining it to seller, and they will be identifying the customer. Vendors they will be identifying. So everything will be in the initiation phase. It will be agreement between the buyer and seller will happen in this initiation phase. You got it right?
Okay.
Agreement between the two parties will be happening it here. Once initiation is done, it will be going for planning. So what is planning? Planning is like how we are going to execute the project. So you are able to understand, right? You want me to
So
repeat on
the initiation, right? I wrote it's discussion where like whom to give and
it?
discuss about cost, right? Agreement
Okay.
between two parties.
Agreement between. I will tell you one example. A car, my car is. We are going to introduce a new car. Okay. Now, car tire is different from the usual one. Now they have to design no rubber are different. The usual one. They want to have a different tire now. What happens is they'll be having an agreement to a concerned company who will be manufacturing, and they'll be molding or whatever it is required. They'll be doing it. Now they'll be having agreement saying that I need 200 parts within a month will pay this amount. So the concerned party also, the vendor also will agree, and they'll be tell, okay, you give this amount, we'll deliver this on this specific date. Okay, it's
Oh,
an agreement between the two teams, and also initiation is one like identifying a vendor. Okay, manufacturer will be like, okay, I will tell you an example. There are 100 people who's doing the same work. Now, whom we have to select and whom to give this work, we need to identify, right?
okay.
This is
Yeah.
also a part of initiation.
Okay.
Once we identify, there will be some agreement. After agreement, they'll be identifying the people from their side, buyer side, and seller side, whom we have to contact, and who is going to work, who will be the quality person. So we'll be having some initial set of people there.
Okay.
Okay. Just I'll take
So
some water.
you can give an example in like in IT or something
IT.
during
Okay.
initiation. Yeah.
Okay, I will tell you an example. Okay, so now one bank is there. Okay, consider HDFC. Suppose ICICI Bank is there. You know, right? ICICI
Yeah.
Bank is there.
Yeah.
Now they have to introduce a new type of card. Now you have to consider they are having gold, silver, and platinum card. They are having. They are
Yeah.
having some diamond card. They are going to introduce now.
Okay.
They are going to introduce a new one called diamond. Now
Okay.
what happens is it will be different from the other three, right?
Yes.
Now what happens? They have defined this and all items should be there. Now they'll be defining the what and all requirements should be there in the diamond card. What is the specialty of that? Everything requirement will be there. They'll be circulating it to 10 or 15 companies. Consider TCS, Cognizant, Wipro, HCL. They will be giving circulating to. It's a proposal.
Okay.
They'll be giving it to all companies. Now, what happens is they will tell like, okay, we'll complete this. One company will tell like within 2 crores we'll complete. One company will tell. Another company will tell like 3 crores will complete it within 3 months. And another company will tell like, I will give me 10 crores. I will complete it within 1 week.
Okay.
Now, what happens is the buyer company, ICICI will decide like, see, if they want it quick and they're not bothered about money, they'll go for 10 crore within 1 week. If they
Okay.
want to have it according to their requirement, they will identify a vendor and they'll be identifying seller and they'll be giving it project to them. Okay, you are good. We are agreeing with your options is okay for us. Now we can go ahead. We will have there's some SOW document also is one document you can mention. Survey,
Okay.
what is that? The SOW document.
So
Mm,
scope of work, something like that.
Scope of work. Scope of work. Yes, scope of work is one agreement. Is one of the agreement that will be done during initiation phase.
Okay.
Not scope of work. Not scope of work. Okay, I will tell you that. Okay, scope of work is different, but statement of work. Sorry.
Okay. Sorry. Yeah.
It's a statement of work. It is a statement like what and all you have to do. What and all is the basic requirement will be signed by both the parties.
Okay.
So in that document, SOW document itself, they'll be mentioning it, statement of work document itself, they'll be mentioning it like these people we will this and all parties will be there. This is the cost. These are milestones. You know milestones.
Yes. Yes.
So in this milestone, you have to pay this money. For initiation, you have to pay this, and for requirement gathering, you have to pay this. Design, you have to pay this amount. So they'll be splitting, and there'll be some agreement between the two parties. Once everything is step by step is completed, once sign up is done, they'll pay the money. The buyer will give it to seller. Okay.
Okay.
Now, come to planning one. So initiation, we have seen planning. So planning in the sense identifying a resource, how much time it will take. What you see, it depends upon the type of project what we take. It can be waterfalls, it can be agile also, or else it can be a hybrid also. So how many resources there? So how much budget we have to allocate for each project? So in this deliverable, see the planning, you know, right? Um, I will tell you, a car and see how to tell. Today in IT itself, I'm telling you, an application is there. Okay, credit card application in one of the one. Okay, credit card application is there. Now they're upgrading the version to another one additional facilities. Now they have to plan in such a way like how we are going to do it, how much time it takes, what are the resource we need to use it. So they'll be having some defined plan for the for executing and with go live date. So I will tell
Okay.
you, maybe you can make a note of this. Design. Hmm. Okay, you got this right. So maybe
Yeah.
you copy this. I will explain you.
Okay.
See, what happens is project requirement gathering is one like the initial after initiation, and what happens is in execution phase there will be the buyer and seller team, not the management team. The development team will discuss with the business owners and gather the requirement. Okay, once they gather the requirement, they will be designing designing like what and all skills will be there, how we are going to do it, what technology we are going, everything will be they'll be doing it in the design phase. So how we are going to testing design in the sense like now that testing team will be having their own design. So they'll be preparing some documents. Execution is the actual development. They'll be doing the development. That our testing team will do the testing. So everything will happen. All clarifications will be done the execution. So those kind of activities will be done in the execution phase. So requirement gathering, design, execution. Execution is actually it is a major part in a project. Okay,
Okay.
and SIT is system integration testing, which will be done by the testing team, and UAT is user acceptance testing, which will be done by the user buyer side. From the buyer side, business users will be doing the testing. Who will once they sign up, the application will go live.
So SIT full form is what?
System integration testing will be done. System integration testing.
Okay.
It will be done by testing team. Okay.
Okay.
Now execution, I told you execution is the actual part. Execution is the actual part where they'll be developing the application and clarifications will happen. Monitoring is control is one like controlling everything.
Okay.
So monitoring and control will include, maybe you can make a note, monitoring and control will include the scope of work will be controlled. There'll be no, if the 10 skins, only 10 skins will be developed, not more than that. Not 11th skin will be developed. If the 11th skin they want, they have to go for change request. Monitor scope one will be there. Time management, time control also will be there. They have to plan and time and cost also they have to control. You see, if they have only 1,000 rupees for to be, they can spend for 10 days. They have to spend. If they if it goes beyond 3,000, who will pay? So they have to control the cost. So the scope will be there. Time will be there. Risk also they have to control. Risk is there, right? Risk in a project, right? That also they have to take care. So everything will be covered in the monitoring and control part.
Okay. So time and cost risk will be in monitoring and controlling.
Many items which will be looking at that. Okay, resource control also will be there. Resource. So everything will come under monitoring and control. We'll see in detail later. Okay, just remember time, scope, and the cost also you have to control. Risk is the communication also, stakeholder also we have to monitor because if they are not supporting, if an important person who is supposed to clarify a query, okay, if that guy is not available, so how do we control that? How do we control the delay of that? Okay, so you have to see in different angles how we are going to control everything in the which is required for the project so that the project is completing on time.
Okay.
Project closure is once everything is UAT is accepted, go live is accepted. There'll be closure time. They'll be handovering it to the support team. We saw right operational support. No, they may take or else it will be our scope will be different.
Okay.
And the procurement also. So we might have taken the we might have taken it for this one, right? What is that? For server, we might have rented, and so a few more part we might have done it, right? So we have to close everything. We have to get a sign off from the customer. We have to sign off from the leadership team. So saying that everything is done, we are signing off. So once everything is done, they will go for next assignment.
Okay.
This is
So
the
for
major.
project closure, what can I write point like?
Project closure is one like once the project is completed and once the development is completed. So closure activities. Okay, I will tell you an example. If marriage is completed, or an example, we have to settle the money to people, right? We have to settle the money to the people, and also we have to do so many activities, right? So we have to settle in many ways, right? Cost we have to whatever the current we have taken, we have to close everything and renovate. We have to remove all decorated ones. So it's all settling everything, right? Similar to that in IT, closure is nothing but getting sign off from the customer is a closure activity. Getting sign off. Development is completed. Now the user acceptance testing is also completed. Now agreement is getting closed. So sign off should be got, and team also will be released. Team will be released in the closure phase. Team will be released, and procurement, whatever we procured, support procurement which we have got, like suppose I will tell you an example. Okay, so the open text Vim, I'm telling you an example. Open text Vim is it's a technical development product like Java, and as you know, open text is a one product. Okay.
Okay.
So it is being owned by another company. If there's any clarification is required, we may go to them. We may go to them, and if any queries is there, they will come and support us. It's a support team which they have it. So we have to pay for the 1 month. You have to pay this amount. You can call us 5 times. It's a support project. It's a support from the people.
Okay.
So we have to close it. If we don't close it, then we have to settle. I will tell you an example. If Wipro is there, one company is there, okay. So there's a specific technology, one team, one person, or one technology people is not there. They will take one people from TCS. Okay, one example. What happens is Wipro should pay money to TCS, right?
Mm-hmm.
TCS person is coming inside Wipro for one specific technical work. He completes the work, he goes back to TCS. Now they have to close the contract and settle the amount if there's anything pending.
Okay.
So procurement closure is also one important item. Procurement.
Okay.
Procurement means purchase contract.
Okay.
Procurement is nothing but purchase contract. You got it?
Yeah.
Okay. Now this is one thing which you need to understand. So predictive. Okay, what are the types of projects is available in PMP? Predictive, we have seen traditional projects, waterfalls. Okay, iterative life cycle. So what is iterative? Agile. You heard about agile projects?
Yeah, I've heard. Yeah.
So agile is a mini deliverable. It's a mini. It will take short time deliverable, which is having start to end, and every weekly it can be as every small deliverable is called a sprint. Okay, so I will tell you an example. Even though if you understand, I will tell you what it is. Yeah, car is we are manufacturing one application. Okay,
Okay.
what happens is we are having an add screen, then later we are adding a delete screen. We cannot add a delete screen without creating completing the add screen, right?
Mm-hmm.
Modification will come later. After adding it will come modification. Then it will be having different parts, right? Now iterative life cycle is nothing but we are adding functionalities. The defined small functionalities, we are getting it together as a single projects. So a sprint is a small iteration which will be having a defined start and end functional one. For working functionality will be there. AppSkin will work end to end. That's it. It's a small function. Delete is a next sprint which will be having a defined function which will be appended to the existing application. So it will be incremental. The functionality will be incremented and it will be attached to the existing one. So there will be multiple go live will be there in this iterative one.
Okay.
So this is one part. So iterative and incremental. Okay, I will tell you an example. Difference between iterative. You understood what is iterative and incremental? You know what is the logical difference?
No.
What is iterative and what is incremental? Okay, I
This
will tell
is
you one example.
okay. Yeah.
You try to explain now what is iterative and what is incremental. What is the difference by looking at this? Okay, I
So
will help
note
you.
the cost and time will not increase. Maybe like in the existing application itself, they are trying to add functionality. Is that
Okay.
adding more more what do you call like specification or details? Anything?
Yeah, correct.
Incremental.
So iteration is one like within the same deliverables. If they're doing some changes, it will be iteration. It will be a rotation. Same
Okay.
operational one. You are doing the same work multiple times. Same one. Incremental is new functionality you are adding to the existing one. So it is one. Okay. So adaptive life cycle is one. It's a combination of both iterative and incremental agile framework.
Okay.
Adaptive, predictive is different. See, I told you earlier, right? Predictive is a traditional one. Adaptive is one which will be it's a combination of these two.
Okay.
Adaptive is a combination of iterative and incremental. It is called agile framework.
So
And
agile means uh,
agile is an iterative one. Okay, 1 minute. I will need to take that agile, right? Agile. I will make a note of that. I will explain you agile. What is agile later? Okay.
okay.
There is some plan. Plan is there. Resource planning, which if I explain you, you'll be able to understand it. Later, I will explain you. Okay. Because anyway, Agile will come. Don't worry. We'll be going in depth later.
Okay.
Hybrid is a combination of both predictive and adaptive.
Okay.
Hybrid, as I mentioned earlier, I think we have seen this earlier, right?
Yeah.
See here, adaptive, predictive, adaptive, and this is agile is the name, but adaptive they are calling it. It's another name. That's it.
Okay.
And hybrid, okay, hybrid is a combination. Hybrid means suppose consider one part of the project is being taken care as a traditional part. Requirement gathering can be a traditional, but execution will be as an agile part. So it's a combination of both. That is what they're trying to tell.
Okay.
So it's a combination of both traditional and agile framework. That's it. Can we take some break? Just 5 minutes. Can we take a break?
Yes. Yes.
Okay. Just I will pass this and let it be as it is. I'll give mute for 2 minutes, then we'll connect. Okay.
Okay. Thank you.
Lakshmi, when you're back, let me know, Lakshmi. Okay. So now,
Yeah, I'm here.
okay. Okay, let me continue. So now you got a basic idea about both project management as well as PMP, right? Little bit.
Yeah.
But one thing is now what you have to do is once today's session is over, you have to take some time to understand this.
Okay.
You have to self learn about in detail later. So now whatever we have discussed is a common one. It's not related to not only PMP. It's a basic one.
Okay.
Okay, so what and all topics we have covered, whatever you have written, you have to go through it so that it will be useful for you for in many ways. Okay, okay. So coming to this. Okay, so you need to know this. Okay, this is also a project management activity kind of things. Okay, so I will tell you one example. Okay, so Indian government is having a very big project. Okay, Indian government is having around 5,000 kilometers road construction. Okay,
Okay.
road construction is there. Now what happens is they will not do all 5,000 at one time, right?
Yeah.
So what they will they split it into 100 kilometers. In each state, they'll be first they will go by state. They'll be splitting it. Each state they'll be going for. They'll be having defining like each state is having 1,000 kilometers. Okay,
Okay.
1,000 kilometers also we cannot do. How do we do? We'll go for phase by phase. So first 100 we'll do it. Then we'll go for next 100. Then we'll go for next 100. So we will progress in that way. So this is the same one which we do it for IT. What happens is an application we have, okay. So a very big application we have to plan. What happens is um, so requirement gathering and design, development, monitoring and execution, everything will be there as it is. Go live also will happen. It's an iterative kind of activity. Okay, you should have no understand it's iterative and incremental. It can be both. Don't go in that way. This is a project methodology. It's not this one. See, this is a different life cycle is different. This is this is inside how we are going to execute. This is the overall outline of how we are going to execute the project. Okay.
Okay.
So what happens is, suppose consider they are constraining it for 100 kilometers.
Okay.
That is not working out. What happens is they will drop it for remaining 4,900 kilometers.
Okay.
So this gate process will decide whether to go ahead with the next phase or not. Is the one which they will tell.
Okay.
Coming to IT, what happens is they'll be having some see they may migrate from one by migrate the whole company website and new technology. Okay, so
Okay.
earlier they may have wherein so nearly 200 applications will be there. And inside application, there'll be so many functions, so many users, so many vendors will be there, so many new technologies will be already used, and database will be there. So what happens is they'll be migrating phase by phase. So now they'll be defining like what kind of applications we can migrate. They'll be segregating to a specific agenda, and that alone they'll be taking into first phase. If there's something is not working out in the new technology, they will drop off everything and they'll be using the existing one. So there'll be some audit also will happen in this care process. There'll be technical team will be there, leadership team will be there, all business users will be there, and seller side, the developer, management, the testing team, everyone will be involved in that meeting. So see from seller side, if they do it properly, if it is good, then only they'll be getting a project right for the next phase, right? So there'll be fight between the people like if they have to project saying that everything is good, we have done completely, we'll go for second phase. But sometimes if there's any gap, okay, if there's some bug is there, okay, suppose consider few functionalities is not completed, some big bug is there. What they will tell, okay, we'll take it to next phase.
Okay.
They will sign off. There is a sign off of a first phase with some open comments also will be there, or without open comments also will be there, without bug or with bug. Okay, if it's a tolerable bug, they'll go get. If they tell main functionality is having bug, no, we have to change this, we have to complete this phase, then only we'll go get for the next phase. So it will be checkpoint. It's a checkpoint where the face-to-face development will happen here. It is a non-stop one, depending upon the requirement, number of gates will be there. So see here it's mentioned only 4. It can be 2, it can be 1 phase also will be there, 2 phase, 3 phase, 4, 5, 6, 8. Whatever the requirement is there, according to that, the customer will decide. It's a phase-wise development.
Okay.
Project, it's I say now phase 1 is one project. Phase 2 is another project. Phase 3 is another project.
Okay.
Okay. So yeah, so this is the one. So exit criteria before itself they'll be having some exit criteria like there should be 0 bug. If there's anything, there's some agreement will be there. Once these are satisfied, they'll go for next phase. Nothing else. And here phase 1 may contain 10 people. Here phase 2 may contain 25 people. Phase 3 may contain 3 people, depending upon the scope of work. It's a project, right? It is a planning, everything will be as a set only for each phase. This is also more important as a project manager, you should know this. It will come in your life. Okay. So this one we have already seen. Initiation, planning, execution, executing, monitoring and control and closing. This is a 5 process group. Okay. So, okay. Now, this is the last slide. Okay, let us complete here. Okay, I don't want to take more, dump more on you. So till this, we will try to understand. These are all basic. Okay, now what happens is, knowledge areas is the one which we are going to see from now onwards. So maybe we'll try to see one knowledge area on one day. It may take more of days also, but this is the main part in the PMP as well as this is the main part in project management. This is the main PMP itself. PMP is main here. So this is called knowledge. Knowledge means what? So it's a topic which is being used in a specific industry, right? Yeah. So it is like diamond diamond cutting is a knowledge, and painting is a knowledge, and designing is a knowledge. Scope of work, defining a scope of work is a knowledge. Cost, how do we define a cost is a knowledge. Quality, how a product should be there is a knowledge. So everything is a knowledge. See, these are not 10 is related to IT related, which is more important for executing a good project. Okay. These are all standards. Okay. So let us see one by one. I will share this slide to you today. Okay. You share your because there are some that we'll talk later. Now we will complete this. Now this 10 is the knowledge area. This is the backbone for PMP exam, and this is the backbone to be as a good project manager. Okay, for managing a project. Okay. One is project integration management. Project integration management will have coordinate all the remaining 9. Okay. What mainly it is like a change request. So change request will be main part of this change request. If there is any change in this remaining 9, will be involved in this integration management. Okay. And the lesson planned. Okay, we'll talk about that later. Lesson planned. If there's anything new, they have identified. See, we talked about projects and programs, right? Now we'll come to that. Yeah, project is identifying like this kind of issue will come in this specific program if they have a common document, right? Tomorrow, if a new project is being started, they'll refer this document like what and all challenges already we have faced in the previous completed projects. So lesson plan is a document which will be having all risk, what kind of actions we have taken, what kind of issues we have faced, what resource, if there is anything, if a client is telling like, no, we cannot give 10 resources, we can give only 5 resources. It's an internal to seller, not buyer. This is internal to the seller for the next project execution. So it's a knowledge document which should be common for all the remaining nine knowledge areas. Okay, integration is one of the main part. And the second one is scope management. You know, right? What is the scope of a project? What and all we have to deliver? So this is the scope of scope management. Schedule within the time schedule. So within what time we need to complete this project? What time frame we need to have for each phase. So, like requirement gathering, how much time? 3 months. Designing 3 months. Development 10 months. So it is a schedule-wise management. So we need to all the 10 should be properly handled to complete it on time. If there's one of these activities is not going properly, it will affect our remaining nine. So we have to be careful in this.
Okay.
The fourth one is cost. Cost is major one. Okay, so if one day delay, they have to pay for the whole team. Suppose I'm paying you like building construction. I'm paying 10 rupees for a labor for one day. Okay, 100 people are there. Okay, 1,000 rupees. We are asking them to complete in 2 days. So only 2,000 we have our budget. If they complete it in 10 days, so we have to pay more, right?
Yeah.
So it's really cost management is there. So there can be cost will be affected because of somewhere schedule or scope or something. They may tell like, okay, we need another balcony for this scope. If they increase, then the cost also will increase. So cost management, quality. So what is the quality? We will talk about that later. Quality of the application. Okay. The resource is our resource people who is working in the project. Right? How do we handle the team? Conflict management. How do we recruit the team? How a team should behave? What a team should not should